tried it, so you don't have to.
You were the talk of the town.
And I was the talk of the town because Patrick pinches butts.
Butt pincher.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So not too long ago, I had done a reaction to some old PSAs that were from Canada. Well, I thought it would be fun to do some old Heritage Minutes. So like PSAs, public service announcements, Heritage Minutes were a thing back in the day that would play during the commercial breaks. And it was to teach Canadians about some of the history of Canada. And they were always super informative and very interesting. And I truly appreciated them. So I thought maybe we could go back and react to some. So why don't you join the nostalgia train and get some fun Canadian facts with some Heritage Minutes.
All I wanted was to see a movie. One down, please.
I can't sell downstairs tickets to you people.
How dare they? I could afford to buy the more expensive ticket. I run my own business. But they refused to take my money. They left me there all night. On what charge? They said I didn't pay the theater tax. But it was really about color.
Sister Desmond, appeal this conviction and your community will stand behind you.
Do you have any idea what this will do to us?
So what are you going to do? Make it right.
Viola Desmond's case inspired Nova Scotia's civil rights movement. She was pardoned 63 years later based on the injustice of her conviction.
Oof.
I'm not special. Cancer happens to people all the time. I take 1 mile at a time, 26 miles a day. I want to set an example that'll never be forgotten. Sometimes, it feels endless. But the pain I feel is nothing. I've seen little kids in so much pain. Somewhere, the hurting must stop.
Terry Fox ran more than halfway across Canada to raise money for cancer research. Every year, millions of people around the world continue the marathon of hope in his name.
I remember this one.
In June of 1813, Laura Secord overheard the secret plans of the American soldiers in occupation.
If you raise your sword against Fitzgibbon, Upper Canada will be broken.
How many men can we muster?
500 infantry, battery of artillery, my dragoons. Fitzgibbon can't manage more than 50 men, small band of natives. Not a serious resistance if you're equal to the Enterprise.
Pursue the advance 2 days hence.
Take me to Fitzgibbon. Laura Secord delivered her message to the Canadian troops. The Kahnawake Mohawks forced the surrender of 500 Yankee soldiers, and the American invasion was stopped.
Pa should have been here by now. He's 3 hours late already. Pa ain't gonna make it! One of them slave catchers got him. Something must have happened. I just know
Liza, you both made it past the border yesterday. We've all done this before.
He's our pa. He'll be here.
Come, let's pray.
No more prayers!
Liza! Liza!
Between 1840 and 1860, more than 30,000 American slaves came secretly to Canada and freedom. They called it the Underground Railroad.
Yeah, so emotional.
Lisa! Pa! Pa! We're free!
Canada was just a few days old when 4 young men from St. John, New Brunswick, dared to challenge the French and British world champions at their own sport. In their absurd pink caps and brown suspenders, few gave them a chance against Oxford or the legendary Parisians. Their hometown had bet $100,000 and would not be disappointed. Ross, Hutton, Fulton, and Price, unbeaten for the rest of their rowing career, they'd be known worldwide as the Paris Crew.
Giovanni! Fire! The neighbor's farm is on fire! It's almost to the road! It's heading for us!
Help me get the animals out of the barn!
Father, the fire's getting closer!
I'm on the horse!
The house is burning!
We need to get out to the river! Get up!
Can't leave everything! Careful! Don't fall!
Come on! We have to hurry!
Hurry! There's the river! We're going to make it! I can't swim!
Yes, you can!
Hurry! Hurry!
You must get in!
I can't!
Watch out for Spark!
His hair's on fire!
Keep their hair wet!
In May 1870, fires raged along the Saguenay River for more than 150 kilometers, destroying land and lives. One family survived by dousing themselves all night against the searing heat. One family, among the thousands whose resourcefulness and courage shaped the character of this land.
Wow.
Send them home! Get rid of them! Gentlemen, please.
And so, this organ, which I regret I cannot name, because of the presence of these members of the weaker sex, who, although they are married, could not possibly endure...
Get them out!
Patience, Ginny. Patience.
Get them out!
Dr. McFarlane!
Mrs. Trout.
There's no place for women in a medical school. Get them out!
If you do not bring this classroom under control, I am going to repeat every word of this disgusting lecture to your charming wife.
My friend Jenny Trout was not the only woman to face this kind of thing in medical school. But she would become the first woman licensed to practice medicine in Canada.
No, Frank, don't carry it. Dribble it. Dribble it. Frank, dribble it. Frank, shoot.
Is this some kind of Canadian joke, sir? I mean, I know you're the instructor and everything, but when we can't carry the ball, how can we get a decent shot at the peach basket?
All right. Maybe we can allow a carry of a couple of steps.
And Mr. Naismith, sir, it sure slows things down having to climb up here every time.
Well, then let's cut the bottom out of the basket.
Ah, but I need these baskets back.
100 years after James Naismith from Almont, Ontario invented it, basketball was being played by hundreds of millions of people around the world.
So you'll be fighting in France tomorrow, huh? Well, good luck, Captain Caldwell. Oh, and you can be sure we'll take very good care of the bear. You are noting that it's the official mascot of the 2nd Canadian Infantry Brigade?
Yes, sir. So long, Winnie. You be a good girl while I'm gone.
Why Winnie, sir?
From my hometown, Winnipeg.
Oh, Daddy, I just love Winnie. Couldn't we take him home with us?
Christopher Robin, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll write some stories about Winnie, and Mr. Shepherd here will draw some pictures.
Oh, Daddy, let's call him Winnie the Pooh.
Why Pooh, son?
I don't know, just Winnie the Pooh.
And that's how a young Canadian soldier's bear inspired 4 volumes of stories and verse that still sell millions of copies around the world.
is and why women want to vote.
Oh, really?
The first time Nellie McClung saw the premier about votes for women,
Things are changing. Good day, sir.
it didn't go too well for McClung.
Take it from me, Mrs. McClung. Nice women don't want the vote.
So then she staged a mock parliament attacking votes for men.
Think what would happen if we actually allowed men to vote. Why, they would become obsessed with politics. Politics are like drinks. Once you start, if men started voting, families would be disrupted. Divorces would follow. Madam Speaker, take it from me. Nice men don't want the vote.
After a long campaign, Manitoba's women became the first to get the provincial vote. The next time they met, in a polling station, it didn't go too well for the premier.
Premier Roblin, I'm sure you don't want your photograph taken with a woman who's not nice. Gentlemen.
My God, look at that.
Yeah, thank God she's a half a mile away. Huh?
She's loaded, boys. You gotta get out of here. It's full of explosives.
Children, come on.
Oh, no. No, get out of here. Vince!
Going back in the school.
Please, get these children out of here. That ship is gonna blow. No!
Mr. Coleman.
Hurry! Hurry! You gotta get these people out of here. That ship is gonna blow. The train.
What?
People, get out of here. It's gonna blow up. Ignition ship on fire. Stop train. Please, God, answer.
Coleman, there's no time.
The train's coming in towards Pier 6. I've got to warn you.
Come on, Vince, come on.
There are 700 people aboard it. I've got to stop it. Come on, acknowledge.
Halifax was devastated. 9,000 wounded, 2,000 dead, including Vince Coleman, dispatcher.
Ladies and gentlemen, I will endeavor to describe the feeling on this ship.
The American ship is just trailing the Blue Nose.
Angus should never have agreed to this last race. She's too old.
Eddie!
The Thompson halyard back! Get to it, man!
Appears there's some kind of difficulty. The topsail's foul!
Just once more, old girl. And you can rest.
Her last race and still undefeated. The Blue Nose out of Lunenburg, Nova Scotia was fastest in the world for almost 20 years.
And now we're crying.
Diary, Inzeri.
Téléphone.
Yeah, but you told me that. Okay. I wanted the day off. I knew they wouldn't leave me alone. But I couldn't let the guys down.
That night in 1944, Montreal beat Detroit 9-1. Maurice Rocket Richard scored 8 points, 5 goals, 3 assists. A legend was born.
And there you have it. Just a minute in our heritage life. Very interesting. I was very silent during most of them, so I apologize. But I didn't want to take away from the history that came from those videos. They were very profound and they pulled on your heartstrings a lot. And they were so well done, I found personally. I mean, a lot of them stick in my mind to this day. But I hope you enjoyed taking some time to enjoy some Heritage Minutes with me. If you'd like to see more, let me know down in the comments below. And until next time, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Bye!